In the vast and storied history of Rome, a city that witnessed the rise and fall of countless leaders, few emperors are as revered or celebrated as Marcus Ulpius Traianus, better known to the world as Trajan. He was a remarkable soldier, visionary builder and wise statesman, ruling from 98 to 117 AD, a period remembered as the empire's golden age, when Rome reached its greatest territorial extent and prosperity. The Senate honored him with the title, Optimus Princeps, or the best ruler, a distinction earned through merit, not simply by birthright or inheritance. Trajan was the first Roman emperor born outside of Italy, hailing from Hispania Baetica, in what is now southern Spain. His extraordinary rise was built on decades of military service, discipline, and unwavering loyalty, earning deep respect from both soldiers and senators alike. When Emperor Nerva faced a crisis that threatened the empire's stability, he adopted Trajan as his heir, ensuring a smooth, uncontested succession and restoring confidence in Rome's future. This set a new and lasting precedent, choosing the most capable man, not just a blood relative, to rule Rome, shaping imperial succession for generations. Trajan's leadership brought much-needed stability after years of turmoil, and his reign became a model for all future emperors to aspire to. He expanded the empire's borders to their greatest extent, but his domestic reforms and public works were just as impactful and enduring. Trajan invested heavily in public works, building roads, aqueducts, and magnificent structures, improving daily life for millions of Roman citizens across the vast empire. He introduced the alimenta, a groundbreaking social welfare program that provided support for poor children and struggling families, showing a deep concern for the vulnerable. Trajan's unique blend of military strength, civic generosity, and administrative skill truly set him apart from his predecessors. He was more than a conqueror. He genuinely cared for the prosperity, happiness, and well-being of his people, earning their lasting admiration. His reign marked a new and higher standard for Roman leadership, inspiring those who followed. Trajan's legacy endures to this day as the embodiment of the ideal Roman emperor, wise, just, and forever remembered as Optimus Princeps. Trajan's conquest of Dacia, in what is now modern Romania, stands as one of his most remarkable and enduring achievements. It was a campaign that would reshape the destiny of both Rome and the lands beyond the Danube. The Dacians, led by the formidable King Decebalus, had long troubled Rome's borders, even forcing the mighty empire to pay them for peace, a humiliation that stung Roman pride. Trajan resolved to end this indignity once and for all, and saw Dacia's legendary wealth, its gold and silver mines, as vital for Rome's prosperity and future stability. In 101 AD, Trajan personally led his legions across the Danube River, braving fierce Dacian resistance and the unforgiving mountainous terrain of the Carpathians. The Romans advanced methodically, building roads, bridges, and forts as they pressed forward, overcoming Dacian guerrilla tactics and the challenges of the wild landscape. At the fierce Battle of Tapai, Roman discipline and superior tactics prevailed, forcing Decebalus to accept peace, though only for a short time. Decebalus soon broke the treaty, rebuilding his forces and prompting Trajan to launch a second, even more determined campaign. To ensure victory, Trajan ordered the construction of a massive stone bridge over the Danube, a marvel of Roman engineering that enabled rapid movement of troops and supplies. The Romans systematically dismantled Dacian defenses, besieging their mountain capital, Sarmizegetusa, and tightening their grip on the region. After a desperate and heroic defense, the city finally fell. Decebalus, refusing to be captured, took his own life in the aftermath. Dacia was transformed into a Roman province, its rich gold and silver mines now fueling the empire's coffers and ambitions. The conquest secured Rome's vulnerable northern frontier and provided the resources to fund Trajan's ambitious building projects across the empire. Trajan's leadership in Dacia showcased not only his strategic brilliance, but also his personal courage and determination in the face of adversity. The victory was celebrated with grand triumphs across Rome, cementing Trajan's reputation as a military genius and a hero of the empire. Dacia's annexation marked the height of Roman expansion in the north, pushing the empire's boundaries to their greatest extent. Trajan's triumph in Dacia remains a defining moment of his reign, a testament to Rome's power and the enduring legacy of its greatest emperor. After his triumph in Dacia, Emperor Trajan turned his gaze eastward, setting his ambitions on Rome's ancient adversary, the Parthian Empire. The lure of new glory and the promise of expanding Rome's borders further than ever before drove him onward. A dispute over the throne of Armenia provided Trajan with the perfect pretext for war. He sought not only to defeat Parthia, but to outshine the legendary conquests of Alexander the Great, whose shadow still loomed over the east. In 113 AD, despite being in his 60s, Trajan personally led his legions into Armenia. His forces moved swiftly, annexing the kingdom and establishing Roman authority with remarkable speed and efficiency. Emboldened by success, Trajan pressed deeper into Mesopotamia. He captured the storied cities of Babylon and Seleucia, and even seized the Parthian capital, Ctesiphon, stunning the ancient world. For a fleeting moment, the Roman Empire reached its greatest territorial extent, stretching from the misty shores of Britain all the way to the sun-baked Persian Gulf, a vision of imperial grandeur realized. Yet the vastness of these new lands brought immense challenges. Rebellions erupted across the region, and the Parthians regrouped, launching fierce counterattacks against the Roman occupiers. The Roman army, stretched thin and weary from constant fighting, found itself overextended. Facing mounting resistance and harsh conditions, they began a difficult and costly retreat. During this arduous withdrawal, Trajan's health failed him. He fell gravely ill and died in 117 AD, never making it back to Rome, leaving his eastern dreams unfulfilled. Though his eastern conquests were short-lived, they showcased Trajan's extraordinary ambition and boldness, pushing Rome to its absolute limits. The campaign exposed the true limits of Roman power, highlighting the immense difficulties of ruling such a vast and diverse empire, where distant provinces could quickly become sources of unrest. Trajan's Eastern Wars marked both the zenith of Roman expansion and the beginning of its strain, as the empire struggled to maintain its far-flung borders. His death signaled the end of Rome's era of relentless conquest, closing a chapter of bold ambition and military glory. In the years that followed, the empire would shift its focus from expansion to defense, building walls and fortifications to protect what Trajan had once so boldly sought to expand. Trajan's military success was built on meticulous planning and hands-on leadership. He prioritized logistics, ensuring his armies were well supplied before any campaign. His legions built roads and bridges, enabling rapid movement and demoralizing enemies. Trajan inspired fierce loyalty by sharing hardships with his soldiers, earning their respect and trust. He adapted tactics to each conflict: methodical advances in Dacia, swift strikes in Parthia. His experience on multiple frontiers gave him unmatched insight into the Roman military machine. Trajan's approach combined engineering, discipline, and adaptability. He led from the front, never asking his men to face dangers he wouldn't face himself. This bond between emperor and army was key to his victories. His leadership style became a model for future Roman commanders. Trajan's battlefield strategies ensured Rome's dominance during his reign. His practical experience was the foundation of his military triumphs. Trajan's legacy as a general endures in Roman history. Trajan's victories brought immense wealth to Rome, especially from Dacia's gold and silver mines. The influx of treasure erased imperial debts and funded grand public works. Trajan celebrated his triumphs with lavish games and generous gifts to the people. His conquests added Dacia, Arabia Petraea, Armenia, and Mesopotamia, pushing Rome's borders to their furthest limits. The empire now stretched from Scotland to the Persian Gulf, a symbol of unmatched power. Yet this expansion created new challenges: longer, harder to defend frontiers and rising costs. The Parthian campaign exposed the limits of Roman reach. Trajan's successor, Hadrian, would soon pull back from the overextended eastern provinces. Trajan's reign marked both the peak of Roman expansion and the start of a more defensive strategy. His achievements fulfilled Rome's ideal of a conquering emperor, but the era of endless conquest was ending. Trajan's legacy was both glory and a lesson in imperial limits. Trajan transformed Rome with an ambitious building program funded by his conquests. He commissioned Apollodorus of Damascus to design monumental projects, including the vast Trajan's Forum. The Forum featured the Grand Basilica Ulpia and 2 libraries, symbolizing Trajan's patronage of culture. Trajan's Column, a towering spiral frieze, immortalized his Dacian victories in stone. Beyond the Forum, he built roads, bridges, aqueducts, and harbors across the empire. Trajan's Market, the world's first shopping mall, provided a new commercial hub for Rome. These projects improved infrastructure and daily life, while showcasing imperial power. Every new building was a reminder of Trajan's generosity and vision. His architectural legacy endures as a testament to Rome's prosperity under his rule. Trajan's monuments still inspire awe today. Trajan's compassion showed in his social policies, especially the program. This innovative welfare system provided loans to landowners, funding support for poor children across Italy. The program benefited landowners, local governments, and needy families alike. By investing in children, Trajan strengthened the future of Rome's heartland. The increased stability and prosperity, setting a precedent for state-sponsored care. Trajan's concern for his people's welfare was rare in the ancient world. His successors continued and expanded the program for generations. Trajan's reputation as a just and caring ruler was cemented by these reforms. Trajan's rise was unprecedented. He was the first emperor born outside Italy in Hispania Baetica. His military career on the frontiers gave him a broad perspective and deep respect from the army. When Emperor Nerva faced crisis, he adopted Trajan, stabilizing the empire. Trajan prioritized securing Rome's borders before entering the city as emperor, demonstrating humility and resolve. His modesty and military reputation won him immense popularity. Trajan continued the tradition of adopting capable heirs, choosing Hadrian as his successor. This merit-based succession led to the era of the five good emperors. Trajan's background symbolized a new, more inclusive Roman Empire. His leadership marked a turning point in imperial history. Trajan's path to power redefined what it meant to be Roman. Trajan is remembered as the ideal Roman emperor, brave, just, and generous. For centuries, new emperors were wished to be better than Trajan, the highest praise. His military conquests, especially in Dacia, left a lasting mark on Europe. Trajan's column remains a vital historical record and symbol of his greatness. His reign set a new standard for imperial rule, emphasizing merit and public welfare. The era of the five good emperors began with his example. Trajan's blend of strength, prosperity, and justice defined Rome's golden age. His legacy endures as a model of leadership and vision,